All right, bear with me. My note that I made, we're getting rained on. So here's what we got going on. I have, this is the CMMG 22 conversion for your AR. So I'm running it on a PSA lower. It's a PSA upper. I'm pretty sure it's PSA upper. I don't remember how many inches it is. I took the tape measure out of my box and put it away, but I think it's probably like, I don't know, 9 or 10 inches. And then the Bowers USS can. I've only shot this conversion one other time, and unfortunately when I was doing it, I had a few problems. And then I also had, you know, when you're shooting 22 with the can, the whole goal is to have it be really quiet, and I was kind of shooting into a still plate, so it wasn't really quiet. So now we're out here in the woods, being quiet, shooting into a berm, and we're gonna see how it is. So there's 25 rounds in here. I'm gonna read you the what's going to be coming out of it first. So first, these are all 5 rounds. So 5 rounds of CCI standard velocity, which is 710 feet per second, so subsonic. Then I got Federal, I don't remember what it's called, just Federal American Eagle. It is 970 feet per second. Then I have Norma TAC 22 that is 1083, which is still subsonic. Then I have Winchester. I don't remember what Winchester is, and I was trying to look online and see the box and to try to recall what it is, so I could look up the feet per second, because it's kind of just in a plastic bag. But it's supersonic, so it's like probably a little bit around 1200 feet per second, maybe 1250. It's in that bag because when you shoot some of the Norma, any of the Norma ammo, if you shoot it, the 22, it has this really thick grease on it. People get super mad and angry about it, but that serves a purpose, you know. It helps it feed way better. So what I did was I took some random bulk ammo, put it in a Ziploc bag, and then sprayed some motorcycle chain lube on it, which goes on as liquid and it dries as a solid. So hopefully that feeds a little bit better. And then the final ones that are going to come out of this magazine are the Norma Echo Speed, which is 100% copper round, and it is hyper velocity. So it is 1706 feet per second. So that one should be loud. So we should go from quiet to loud. The other thing that I was having to do with this, oh yeah, when you do this 22 conversion, there is a basically there's a plug you can buy, and you take your buffer and your recoil spring out and everything, and you put this plug in there, and then because this bolt actually has this, like, it's kind of hard to describe, and I'm not going to take it apart, but it has this chassis that the bolt rides in. See how that shiny part that's in the front of the chamber up there, that's basically what the new chamber. And then the small bolt, it doesn't cycle as much as a normal charging handle does. So what you don't need, not only does it not cycle that far back, but it doesn't have any recoil, so you don't need a buffer in here. I have one in here because if not, there's really nothing keeping the end of this, which I can show you that because it's really easy to show you. It doesn't keep the end of that shiny metal. It needs something to hit up against so it doesn't go back anymore. So I still keep my buffer in there. That, and I want to, you know, I can switch this out and have it be 5.56 with no problem by just taking out that bolt and taking the can off. But what I do now that I've kind of set it up and dialed in this optic, because subsonic ammo, you know, it kind of goes, it has a really downward trajectory. This is my dedicated, basically 22 upper with a dot that's sighted in for that ammo. So where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the other thing I did was I took the recoil spring that's in the actual 22 conversion, and I just like cut a huge chunk of it off. Probably cut like, I don't know, a quarter of the amount out of it, just to make it where it would cycle subs way better. And it's really actually works really good. So here we go. Should be quiet to loud. Oh yeah, what I was telling you is, since part of the reason I cut the spring, you know, help it cycle, also is bad for it, because then it doesn't want to send the bolt forward. So what I do is I always point the gun down and do it, and it helps the gravity with the weight of that bolt. I got a can and some other things over there, but I'm basically just going to be shooting into the berm just to see how quiet this is. So see how quiet it is, and to see if it cycles. So that one, either it didn't cycle or it didn't cycle far enough. So let's, yeah, it ejected, extracted and ejected, but it didn't pick up a new one. So that was the problem I was having the first time I shot it, was it will eject that brass. And I don't know if you could see it in that video right there. It literally just came out and fell straight down. So the ones right now that I'm shooting is the CCI standard velocity, 7-10 feet per second. So it doesn't have enough oomph to push that bolt back. Even with how I cut that spring. But it's super quiet with the other rounds, so it doesn't matter. I'll just shoot the other ones. Somebody was supposed to be counting, but we got a dead trigger, which means I can pull this out. And yeah, that should be the last of the CCI. And that one stovepiped. Oh yeah. So this is the random Winchester that oh actually hold on. Yeah, it is. Yeah, random Winchester. That I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, that sounded pretty loud. I lost count. I don't know what's in there. We might have to watch the video again and I'll put subtitles on what it is or some kind of description. Yeah, those last ones, that was actually loud enough where if I wasn't just making a random video getting rained on, I would have stopped and put on ear protection. Actually, one just come out. One didn't even cycle. The Norma. She ain't dirty. That's the one that's full copper. Oh shoot, it actually still has some in there. I thought it was empty. Might have to take the safety off. Yeah, that one I think it's stovepiped. It was an internal stovepipe. That one stovepiped. And now we're empty. So obviously those Normas are still really loud. Let me throw a few of this standard velocity or even this Federal. The Federal really likes to cycle, from what I've noticed. There's like 15 of them in there. We'll throw those in. And hold on while I throw the rest of this ammo in the truck since it's trying to rain on me. Yeah, that Norma is really loud. Obviously, it's supersonic, and in addition to that, it's got another about 500 feet per second speed over the typical, like just regular 22 that you would buy. I'm not talking about like CCI standard. I'm talking about like any of the cheaper bulk 22 that you buy is usually around 1,200 feet per second, sometimes 1,250. So anything over that is going to be pretty loud. So now, while we're getting rained on, we're going to shoot I got 2 pine cones and a Dr. Pepper can I found. Hold on. I don't know what that was about. It's like it came out of the magazine prematurely. It didn't close the bolt all the way. Hold on. Yeah, I don't recommend you cutting the recoil spring on any of your guns because you never know what you're going to get that spring, because this basically is direct blowback now. That spring is the only thing keeping that bolt forward while that gas is trying to escape the chamber, so I don't recommend that. Go for the can. Pine cone on the left, pine cone on the right. All right, can again. Not bad. Pretty quiet. Probably gonna call it a day because I'm starting to get wet. And lightning is a real thing.